individuals, their families, and anyone else who is striving to avoid substance abuse and achieve sobriety. Guidelines. 1. Recognizing that substance abuse ruins lives. 2. Wanting to pursue positive alternatives to substance abuse, such as our education, employment, quality relationships, and health and fitness. 3. Using resources such as friends, family, teachers, and peers as a way to achieve and remain sober. Adding sports, art, or music to these resources will help us stay focused and motivated. 4. Defining balance and working toward making it a part of everyday life. 5. Building self-esteem and confidence through sobriety to combat negative feelings regarding oneself. 6. Understanding that negative behaviors of isolation and self-pity lead to self-destruction. 7. Lifting a person up is different than allowing them to continue their destructive lifestyles. Be there for yourself and be patient with your friends and family. 8. Learning how to help without supporting the addict's behavior. Providing assistance to the recovering individual that will improve their lives, not further usage. 9. Recognizing personal challenges and integrating them into our lifestyle as challenges to triumph over. 10. Caring for our personal, emotional, physical, and spiritual individuality is the source we use for our sense of worth. Each person is truly magnificent. Our mission at Racing for Recovery is to prevent all forms of substance abuse by promoting a lifestyle of fitness and health for all those affected by addiction.
Thank you. And who has what Racing for Recovery means to me?
I do. What Racing for Recovery means to me by Kelly Anderson. R. Respect yourself enough to quit using. A. Accept the challenges that lie ahead. C. Commit to your recovery. I. Include friends and family on your journey. N. Never doubt your will to succeed. G. Give yourself credit for your accomplishments. F. Focus on the positive things you want in life. O. Overcome your fears and keep moving forward. R. Remember the reasons you are seeking sobriety. R. Reach out to others to give and receive support. E. Expect holes in the road, choose another road. C. Care for your body, we only get one in this lifetime. O. Open your heart, mind, emotions, and spirit. V. Victory comes from a balanced lifestyle. E. Educate yourself on all aspects of recovery. R. Racing for Recovery saves lives. Y. You will learn that with sobriety, anything is possible.
Thanks, Sean. Okay, so now we're going to do introductions. If this is your first Racing for Recovery meeting, basically what we're going to do is go around the room. Everyone gets a chance to introduce themselves. You don't have to say you're an addict or an alcoholic. If you need to do that for your own recovery, feel free to do so. But we're more focused on who you are, why you're here, and how we can help you.
I'm Randall. I come to these meetings because it's something different that Racing for Recovery offers. I love book study. It's always great just diving into it, so that's why I come.
My name's Tyler. I come here to connect with people and become the best version of me.
My name is Ben. I come here for a good sober meeting.
My name is Rick, and I came here to better myself and to listen.
I'm Corey. I'm here for balance and peer support.
I'm Tony. I'm here to remain teacher.
Justin, I'm here to learn how to live life.
Kevin, learn how to live sober.
So, and enjoy life.
I'm Ashley. I'm here to stay on the right track.
I'm Laura. I'm here for support.
I'm Kyler. I'm here to keep improving myself.
I'm Samantha, and I'm here to continue learning.
I'm Adam, here to stay sober.
Kathleen Waller.
I'm Chelsea. I'm here to fight to get my daughter back.
I'm Dakota. I'm here to stay sober. I'm Chris. I'm here to learn how to stay sober. I'm Ryan. I'm here to stay positive and maintain a healthy lifestyle.
Josh, I'm here for change.
I'm Lorenzo. Here to stay sober.
I'm Vaughn, here to stay determined.
Rick, I'm here for support. And Kevin, I'm here to become a better person.
Michael. I'm here to change my life.
I'm Andrew, I'm here to stay sober.
My name's Tim, I'm here to stay sober also.
My name's Keith, and I'm here to get sober.
I'm Ryan, I'm here to get back in the swing of things.
My name's Bob, I'm here to listen, learn, and apply.
I'm Brian, I'm here for support.
My name is also Brian. I'm here to be the best Brian I can be.
I'm Justin, I'm here to support and stay sober.
I'm Taylor, because this program is working for me.
I'm Brandon, I'm here because this is where I learned to enjoy sobriety.
I'm Dustin. I'm here to change my life and to support Josh.
I'm Candy, and I'm here to cut the bullshit.
I'm Craig, I'm here for motivation.
I'm Eugene, I'm here to stay sober.
I'm Jessica, I'm here to stay sober.
Steve, I come here to
I'm Connie, I'm Justin's mom, and I come to support him and everybody else that needs it.
John, here to learn.
I'm Amy, I'm here to continue in the right direction.
I'm Christy, I'm here to continue healing and growing.
I'm Tony, and I'm here for us.
I'm Jason. I'm here to maintain sobriety.
I'm Matt, I'm here to give and receive support.
Wesley, I'm here to learn to stick and stay and to be the best man I can be.
I'm Kelsey, I'm here to keep an open mind.
My name is Josh, I'm here to stay focused.
My name's Michael, I'm here to live.
My name's Zach, I'm here to overcome myself. Ben Ford, I'm here to stay sober.
My name's Jeff, and I'm here because my days keep getting better.
My name's Phil, I'm here to grow.
I'm Allie, and I'm here for direction.
Deanna, just here getting some good stuff on a Monday.
I'm Sean, I'm here Monday. That's all I got.
I'm Mike, and I'm here to help myself, and this place gives me the opportunity to do that.
I'm John. I'm here to get the most out of life.
I'm Des, I'm here for growth.
I'm Shelby, I'm here for consistency and positivity.
Let's get this table, and then we'll go that way.
I'm Kurt, I'm here to stay my life.
I'm Alina, and I'm here to continue the learning and kind of heal from trauma.
I'm Emily, I'm here to keep learning and to support Bob.
I'm Ben, I'm here to learn.
I'm Mike, just keep coming to these meetings because it's helping me.
Bill, and this helps me stay focused on the prize.
I'm Steve. I'm here to practice the healthy lifestyle.
I'm Matt. I'm here to stay on the right path.
I'm Jim, I'm here to enjoy life more.
I'm Ryan. This is part of my routine, and I'm here for some positivity.
I'm Steve. I'm here to listen and keep learning.
Did we miss anybody?
My name is Dustin, and like Ryan said, this is part of my routine. It's favorite way to start off the week.
And my name is Joe. This is part of my routine as well. It's part of the consistency that's allowed me to build a good life, and it keeps working, so I keep coming. Who has The Answer by Donald D. Carr?
The answer. Running from the misery, trying to escape the pain, as I approach the light of hope that lies before me. Each step overwhelms me. Every breath sears my throat. I ache, my body rebels against me. My memories torment me. Agony has become my closest companion. My demons mock me as I dangle helplessly above the abyss of alcohol and drug abuse. The voices all sound the same, criticizing, accusing, blaming me for what has happened. They don't understand, they don't care who I am. I'm a human being full of thoughts and feelings, and worth saving, just show me the way. At last I reach the light of promise, there stands the answer, open arms, understanding smiles, lips and trust. And so it begins, racing for recovery.
Thank you. As far as announcements go, I don't know anything. Does anyone have any announcements?
Yes. Yeah. For our people that are interested, I think there's a chat around this morning. We'll be starting volleyball tomorrow back at Skyway. So if you want to come out, we'll be here around like 5:15 at the hotel lobby area. Jake will take us in the van as much as we can fit in there.
Is there like a sign-up sheet for that, or you just show up?
There was a chat this morning for IOP people, but like anyone else is interesting, like I'm sure we can.
Do you have any questions? See Dustin. Anything else? Are they? Okay. Apparently, we're watching the national championship here, so if you're interested, stick around. It'll be a good time. Go Tigers! I know it's kind of a kid road, but any other announcements? All right, perfect. So this is our book study meeting, but I always like to leave a little time at the beginning here in case anyone has anything they want to discuss before we dive into the book. Anything good, anything bad, anything in between, anything you just want to get off your chest. The floor is open.
I've been wanting to tell Sean that I like his show, you know what I mean? The stuff he's had to deal with, his past, and working on his future, if he can do it, anyone can do it, you know what I'm saying? So, I'm not there, but I'm getting there. I would be, and I don't know him personally real well, but I would say I'd be proud of him, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
You only fucking
Great example of peer support. Good stuff. I think, and someone correct me if I'm wrong, we are on page 85 in the normal book, Climbing Out of the Bucket of Crabs. And in the Taddy, we're on page 176. I got one extra book if anyone wants it. I just need it back at the end of the meeting. Well, you can get it. It's all yours, buddy. So 85 and 176. And does anyone want to read for me?
Nobody else read? Here, you can read it. You can use mine. The page is marked.
There you go. Where are we at?
Climbing Out of the Bucket of Crabs.
Page 85.
Ever hear the old parable about the bucket of crabs? If you put a bunch of live crabs in a bucket and one starts to climb out, the other crabs will pull it back into the bucket with their claws. That's what it's like when addicts spend time with people who they would rather lose themselves in self-pity. Expressions of self-pity can include not going to support group meetings, associating with people who are hurting badly, making terrible choices, and living an unhealthy lifestyle. You can be working at a job and talk to people getting clean, but if you're hanging out with the wrong people, you're probably not going to go very far. When you spend time with people who feel the kind of pain you feel, but numb, hit with drugs or alcohol, you're in the bucket of crabs. These people who feel ugly and lazy and hopeless. But when you're deep in your own pain, it's not easy to see the truth. I can remember back when I was sitting on my couch with a naked girl who was shooting up heroin. I was sitting next to her in front of a pile of coke, and I remember thinking, man, she's got a serious problem. I'm glad I'm not that bad. The trouble is when you hang out with people who are where you want to be, you feel inferior. I don't want to be around people who made me feel worse about myself, so I hung out with folks who were hurting as badly as I was. But a rising tide lifts all boats. Spend more time with people who you have made it out of the bucket and into a better life, and you start to see how you can do the same. If your old crowd is an example of how you feel bad decisions, healthy people can show you how to make good ones.
Thank you, Ben. All right, so normally, I know we read like a big long page, but there's a lot in that passage there. So the bucket of crabs, I know, is something that we talk about quite often in here. I know we use different analogies, but there's a lot of good stuff in that passage. So who's got something they can relate to talk about from this?
Everybody here must have had good friends.
Yeah, go ahead, Amy.
I'm constantly being like approached by people from my past and stuff, like wanting to like hang out, be friends, and I don't have a lot of friends, but that's okay because I'm just doing me. But they want to like get together and they do drugs, and I don't want to go hang out with people that do drugs anymore. So I see that as gaining confidence and wanting good shit for myself because I deserve it, and I don't deserve to be lost in a life of oblivion, pretty much. And it's nice to be aware of it.
Absolutely.
That's all I got.
Yeah, I feel like
I don't
you're
even know
doing
what the topic is, I just, Go ahead.
I hear about the crabs. It makes me think of a couple other analogies, like Misery Loves Company and birds of a feather flock together. I know getting sober, as a bird, I was kind of lost. You know, you can't go around the old flock. I had to find a new flock, and you know, and so that's really important. Was really important to me. And Misery Loves Company. That's just, they're going to pull you back down because they want to they want validation for themselves. Well, if this person is doing it, then it's okay for me to do it too. You know, and having been on the other side of that, I've had friends approach me that want to get sober, and I say, well, if he can do it, I can do it. You know, and so while it's important to hang around with people that have been around and done what we're trying to do, it's also important to not close the door on people that may want to follow your example. That's a pretty hard thing to maintain. The trick to it for me was to always keep the people that have been sober longer than I have around. Even when I'm dealing with those people, like I would go, like they'd ask to go to a meeting or something like that, I would go to get them without someone that was a member of the team. That way I wasn't alone in that situation. But it's, yeah, that parable, you know, those analogies are all very, very true and very, have a lot of meaning when it comes to chasing recovery.
Absolutely. Good stuff, man. Deanna?
I like remember a time where like I even had to like cut off my mom before she got sober, because it was bad for me. You know what I mean? Like I had went into treatment and I was like trying to get better. I was trying to do the right thing, and even just having like a casual relationship with her, it was too hard for me. It was too hard for me to balance the whole ideal of getting better and focus on doing the right thing and establishing better character, changing behaviors, or even just something as simple as not using. Like, it's hard to do that when keeping people around me that are still doing, pardon my French, with dumb shit. Whether it's using or stealing or whatever it is, it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? If it's anything to do with the type of life I used to lead, like, how can I move forward if I'm still involving stuff from my past? Like, it's just exposing me to stuff that I'm trying to get away from, and it's like, how can I successfully move forward and close that door if I still am, if I still have my feet dipped in the water, so to speak, because they talk about it in another program. They refer to it as a reservation, right? If you keep things like that around you, you know, maybe not even a full-on thought, but I'm like, oh, okay, well, you know, so-and-so's, you know, still doing whatever, so, okay, so, you know, there they are, You know, if I ever go back out, I know who to call, because I'm still hanging out with them. I still got their number in my phone. I still know where they work. I know where they live, you know. And, like, so I changed my number. I didn't talk to my mom for a while, and she decided to get clean. She went to treatment. She's been sober like 3 years. So, you know, of course, she's in my life now, and I just use her as one of the references. But there's like, I can't even tell you how many people I've cut off, and there's certain people who are just toxic, period, that would be bad for my emotional sobriety that I don't mess with. And it just boiled down to eventually, how freaking bad do I want it? You know, how bad do I want it? Because certain people make me feel bad about myself, put me in a place mentally that is a danger zone. So do I want to keep people like that around? Like, no, I don't. Because I want to get better, and I want to be able to move on and live and think normal, you know, like other people do, and just get up and work, and you know what I'm saying? I don't want to have to deal with this roller coaster of emotions or feelings or whatever it is. And so, like, you know, I got rid of their ass off Facebook. I changed my phone number. I erased their number. Like, it's not always as easy depending on how close you are to people, but sometimes it is that easy. And even today, like, you know, I mean, at, you know, where I work, there's people that aren't into the right thing, and it's a very simple hi-bye relationship, you know, keep it moving. People are like, you know, oh, it's good, let's go get together, let's go do this, let's go do that, and I just don't live like that, so it's, you know, it's just easier, and it gets easier. Like, the longer I'm sober, the easier it gets to just do what's right for me, and focus on what's best for me and moving forward, and I don't know. That's all I got. Thanks.
Thanks, Deanna. Connor.
I like a lot what she said, and, you know, I guess that's a great thing about being married. You disagree to disagree. So my situation is a little different. I don't think it's getting easier. I think it's getting harder, which is a good thing. Because I'm trying to figure out this new person. And I struggle with that daily, trying to figure out who this new person is. Because now I'm doing different shit, but sober. Fucked up does that sound? Sober, you know? Really. You know, I tried doing all this shit high and drinking all the time, and thought I was doing a great job. But it landed me here, you know? Landed me into a life. So everything, so when they're talking about, I don't even want to think about a bucket of crabs. I was wanting seafood too. So I'll look at it like this: quicksand. I'm drowning in quicksand. That's how I look at it. They talk about that in the AA program. But quicksand, because no matter how far I keep trying to get out, it's just sinking me and sinking me and sinking me, right? I've learned today, well, I am learning, the people that were in my past were brought into my past because of my dumb shit. It's not their fault. It's not their fault that I met people at trap houses. I made the decision to go into that fucking dumbass place. So I put all these people, I got the wheel spinning. I put them all in my life. So I can't look back at that as much as I did for a while. I can't look back at that and say, you know, they're effed up, I'm not. You know, I'm got my crap together now. And, you know, if I see you around, I'm just going to not look at you. You know, that's fear. I have to try to deal with that shit today. Doesn't mean go hang out with them and do stuff, but, like, you know, and I mentioned this story before, too, you know, I could change my number 100 times. I've had more burner phones than probably a lot of people. And I've had different phone numbers. I used to change my number every 2 months. And delete this, and that, and they find you. They will find you. It's called Messenger. They will find you. Pops up. So, I can't run from that stuff today. You know, I can't, I think I'm getting a better position today to deal with it because I can just shut it off and be done with it, you know? But I'm honest with myself, I can't do it that way because I stirred that wheel. Man, I put that wheel in motion with all these people, you know? There was a time, and I was talking, I don't remember who it was, I was talking to him about my listen, you know, I said, I didn't start using dope until I was 36. So for all the way up to 36 years old, here I am just drinking, right? And I never knew what a trap house was, other than hearing it on a rap song, some shit, you know? So it's like now, all of a sudden, from 36 on, I've know what this crap is. I've slept on an abandoned house. I've done all that shit too, on stories, whatever. But, so I kind of looked at that and I'm like, all right, well, before all that happened, I hate me. I'm so mad at me for putting myself in that position. You know, that's bullshit. You know, I wasn't that kind of person before, so screw them. They're bad people. I'm not. I made that decision. So, I you know, kind of where I'm going with that, but I can't forget where it was and what happened, you know. I just don't do it today, you know. And then I seen something that somebody had, I can't remember, it was on Facebook, but I can't remember what exactly it was, but they were talking about how they knew they needed to get back more involved and do this and that, you know, but they didn't do it. So it's like that choice we have, right? The choices that I had, my choices, I did bad shit. I had the choice to not get high. I had the choice to not do it, but I chose to do it because that's that thinking shit, that stinking thinking, you know? I kind of submitted that choice. I don't have it no more. Because I know what'll happen if I do that. I know what's going to happen. You know, eventually it'll get worse. It'll get worse, and then I'll lose everything. It'll happen. So I don't have that choice today to do that. But I like, you know, like quicksand. I look at it like that. That's how I look at it. I'm drowning, and I can pull everybody down with me. But I have to get out of that pity mode. I have to get out of that. Poor me, blah blah blah, and all that shit. Because you know that's not helping nothing. You know, and just last thing, it takes a, you know, there's fucked up people that aren't even getting high, that have been sober and don't have a problem with drinking and addiction. They're more messed up than I am. That's how I look at it. Because I see the shit they're doing. I had stuff, I hope my job don't hear this, but there was stuff going on in my job, and these people are sober, and they've got all this seniority and all this shit, and here they want to put it on the new guy. Some mistake they make, they don't want to own their shit. You know, that's bad behavior. That has nothing to do with drinking and using. So we're going to be around those people, is what I'm saying, in everyday life. You know, watch the news every morning, you'll see how effed up this world is. And that's exactly, it doesn't matter about the drinking and using, man, it's just the behaviors and trying to change those behaviors. And that's what the tools we get in this place and what Racing for Recovery does. When you're sitting one-on-one, you start figuring out who you were, what you did, and how do I fix it. I don't have the answer to fix it. They probably not always have the answer to fix it. There's one person that does, and that's my God. That's how I look at it. And I just got to figure it out as I go. Play it along. It's like a video game. Got to figure the shit out as I go. You know, so, thanks.
Thanks, Sean.
Thanks, Sean.
Ben.
I guess the thing that really stuck with me was the fourth paragraph in this, which is the trouble is when you hang out with people who are who you want to be, you feel inferior. And that was me. And when I really try to examine like the root of it, like that's the shit. Like, I grew up in a moderately wealthy family. I had every opportunity given to me, and I just pissed it away. A lot of my buddies are doctors and lawyers and financial analysts. I look at that and I wake up every day and it's just like, the first thing I think of is squandered potential. I scored my SATs and ACTs. I got into some really good schools, and I just blew it. So that really stuck with me. It was just like, you know, like I had every single opportunities to succeed. Why didn't I? And that's what I struggled with when I was a kid. And that was why, you know, every single night it was like, you know, trying to just get numb. You know, trying to just drink enough whiskey so I didn't have to think about it anymore. The other thing that kind of stuck with me is I had a buddy that grew up in Ottawa Hills, and same way, exact same way. He moved out to LA, he came back, and I figured out that he was addicted to heroin. And this was at a time when I was healthy, I was like powerlifting, I was like doing a bunch of things that I wanted to do, and I kind of tried to take him under my wing. And addiction's crazy like that, man. Like there was one day, I set him up with a job, like I set him up with everything that I could. I tried to help him out. And there was one day where we went to the Planet Fitness out in Sylvania, and he had met someone the night before, because I was a bartender at the time, and he was doing security, and he had, you know, somehow met someone, and suddenly so-and-so is coming to work out with us. And I'm like, okay, that's fine, whatever. We get through like 45 minutes of like a chest workout, and this dude comes in and he's like, hey, you know, meet me in the bathroom. I'm not effing stupid, okay? So I'm here like doing chest presses and stuff, and suddenly they come out of the bathroom and they're both, you know, and then suddenly he goes back to his car and he didn't work out with us at all. And I'm like, all right, man, like that was it for me. I was done with that. So that I think that made me feel inferior to him in a way, like even though I was trying to help him out. But at the same time, I always felt inferior to like all of my other peers because they always went on to like do something great. And what have I done? You know, what have I accomplished? So that's what I'm dealing with right now.
Thanks for sharing that, Ben.
Yeah.
Ashley.
For me, like in the past, I was the person that like jumped in the crab bucket and like thinking I wasn't gonna get bit, and then when I did, I was like shocked about it. And looking back at like the situations I used to put myself in, like I'd get clean and I'd be doing good, and then like I felt like I had something to prove to people, and the people that like used to tell me I was never going to be anything, I was going to die a dope fiend, and it was like the wrong people I was trying to impress. And because of that, I think like now that obviously have changed who I value of their opinion. You know, I don't seek approval from people that don't, I mean, if they're not living the right life, then I really don't associate or whatever. And I think it's funny, we actually read this tonight because on the way here, I ran into this girl at the hotel that I know from before, and she was clearly high, and she asked me for a cigarette, and I gave her a cigarette, and like, she went and talked, and it's just like, I was like, I am on my way somewhere. Like, I don't entertain those conversations anymore. I don't give the crab the opportunity to snack anymore. You know what I'm saying? And walking away from that conversation, like, it almost made, and this is gonna sound really bad, but it almost makes me feel like inferior, like superior to person, and it's not, I don't feel better than that, I don't think I'm better than anybody, but I know when people want it and when people don't want it, and it's not my job to bring anybody to sobriety, and I had to figure that one out, because I used to try to like save everyone from my past, because like there's people that I care about, they like helped me survive when I was out there, you know, but it's not my job to carry that weight, you know. And I think it's like important for people to realize like, I think I always like seek those opportunities before of like running into people from my past and being like, oh, like look at me now type shit. And when you don't seek those opportunities, like for me, God brings, like when you're ready for those opportunities, they come to you, you know? Because Toledo's very small, you know? We run into people all the time. And I walk in and I see people that are like, I know that are, they look like they're doing well, you know? And it's good. I get more encouraged by the opportunities in the rooms than anything when I run into people from my past, you know? And I don't see myself ever really wanting to like put myself in the lion's den ever again. Like, you know, like I have too much going for me, and I've built such a great foundation for who I am today that entertaining those old relationships, friendships, whatever they are, like it's meaningless to me because they aren't in my, I don't see any of that in my future, you know? And for me to put myself in the line of fire, like that's just crazy to me. So I feel like because of like what I'm doing today, I'm better equipped to handle those situations when they come. That I've had.
Thanks, Ashley. Jeff.
Hey, yeah, I've been in that bucket of crabs too. I used to work for a guy every single time I would say, you know, trying to get my life together and everything. It wasn't beneficial to him, so you are kind of getting your life together. You know, look at these steps that you've made, but then he would keep like offering me the same shit. But I kind of wanted to flip that a little bit and say like, you know, you can jump buckets of crabs. Like, this is my new bucket. You guys are my new crabs. And every single time I try and fuck up, you guys pull me back in. Kind of cool. And, you know, when I first came here, some people were so nice that I thought it was disingenuous. I was like, that person cannot be that fucking nice for real. And then I meet them on the outside, and they have those conversations one-on-one with you, and you're like, man, all right, so this is the right place. And just, you know, not everybody that's trying to pull you back into something is trying to do you harm. So I just, you know, hear a lot of negative all the time, and I've been obnoxiously positive lately, and figure out, rub some of that off on y'all for a second. And with that, I pass.
Thanks, Jeff. That's good stuff, man. A lot of good stuff has been said, and I think great about this place is that you can read the same passage, you know, all however many of us are in the room right now, we can all get a different perspective on it, you know? Some of us might agree on one thing, others might look at something completely different, where the parable of the bucket of crabs is, you know, the people in your old life are trying to pull you back in, but someone else says it's us trying to keep you in the good side, you know? So I like this parable because every time I read it too, kind of like my friend Ben, I always think about my wasted potential. At least that's how I used to think, you know? I mean, I had a lot of opportunities as well back in the day to be better than my current situation, or I used to think that way. And after spending time here and talking to people and just kind of looking back on everything that happened to me and happened to people that I've connected with here, I don't look at it that way anymore. Yeah, had I made some better decisions, could I be in a different place? Sure, but I would not take back anything that got me to this place, to meet these people, because it allowed me to really start making decisions for myself, which I know sounds kind of weird, but throughout my entire life and everything that I've done, I've always done stuff to make other people happy, to whether that was a girlfriend, my family, my parents, my friends, well, whoever. And I never really made decisions for myself, but ever since I started coming here and I started talking to people who had more sobriety than me, people who didn't, who had the same amount of time, who came in the same time as I did, I started to make the right choices, but maybe I made some wrong ones. I probably made a lot of wrong ones, but I made them because I wanted to make them. You know, I talked to people, but I made those decisions because it's something that I want to try, something that I want to do. So, sure, you could say I wasted potential. I could have wasted the last 29 years of my life, but I wouldn't take any of it back because I've made friendships here that'll probably last my entire life. I'm happy with my life right now. I'm happy with where I'm at. I'm happy with my friends, pretty much everything that's going on. So if any of you are feeling like you may have wasted potential or you missed an opportunity, you know, there's more than the rate's consistent about it, and you keep letting us pull us. We can't call it the bucket of crabs. So like your analogy, with a bucket of puppies. How does that sound? Everyone on board? That sounds fun. All right. So as long as you stick around the bucket of puppies, we'll shower you with love and affection, and we'll make sure you guys make the right decisions. My rant's over. Does anyone else have anything? We still got a little bit more time. Go ahead, Bill.
I didn't have no bucket of crabs. It's just me, you know. I can't blame it on nobody. Nobody influenced me to do. I mean, yeah, all the guys like drinking together after work or whatever. But when I got into everything else, people heaven, it was just me, man. It's like, shit, I was in places in my career I should have never been. But you know, but you know what? We got through it. I threw away over $200,000 in a year. Okay. I mean, easily. I can verify that. And you know what? I don't hate myself. I'm disappointed, but I've learned. I'm a smarter person. I'm almost a better person. Being here with you guys, I'm learning and getting to a place I probably never could have been before that, you know? Maybe I was just a wreck waiting to happen. You know, it took me a couple years to go from, you know, wherever it was. I used to always think I'm on the edge. I like living on the edge. Fell off that edge, and then I lost my way, but... Yeah, I don't can't blame nobody else. I'm not hating myself. I'm happy as I've ever been. So thank you very much.
I like what you said about the potential Joe and stuff, and it reminded me of Randall will probably know who I'm talking about. There's a woman that I met who's super sweet that goes to Planet Fitness. She's never been addicted, and she's probably at least 70 years old, and she just graduated college this last month or two, and she's like just now working her dream job. So it's like never too late to do what you want. I don't know. That's what it reminded me of. She's so sweet. It's never too late.
Thanks, Emily.
Crab people in puppies, huh? I kind of was thinking about like what Jeff was talking about, how I had like those negative influences in my life, and it was pretty evident of who I needed to stop associating with. It wasn't too complicated for me. I knew who had to go and who was going to stay. And there's things like that I have to do once, and there's things that I have to like keep doing. Like putting down the stuff was just like, okay, let's put it down. Let's move on. But the crab people, I'm gonna have to keep doing. It's just one of those things. I'm gonna meet new people. I'm gonna work somewhere. I'm gonna be invited places and go places, and I might even run into old people that I haven't talked to for a while. So I guess as long as I'm in a good place, I feel like that will carry me through. How like Deanna and Sean were talking about how they deal with those situations, and Ashley too, just how she got out of that situation. And I think like being assertive, like I've been thinking about that a lot lately, is really important especially for me, because I kind of struggle with that sometimes. Like I don't want someone to I don't want to offend somebody, and I'll stick into a conversation too long sometimes, and so I guess I gotta just kind of know and practice on working through that, get a little bit better at that. And yeah, I really like where my life is going. And as far as the opportunities, I like that too, that we're talking about that, because man, there's always something around the next corner. As long as I'm doing the right thing, opportunities come, doors open up. It's never too late. I'm really excited for this year. I just feel like there's just I guess I got this feeling that it's just gonna be a good year, and there's a lot to look forward to. A lot of events are coming up, and the marathon. I know there's I was doing some Ironmans and stuff. Yeah, I'm just excited about getting to know people here more, and just meeting some new puppies, I guess. Yeah, it's all good.
Thanks, Al.
I just wanted to say on what I said earlier, I'm not proud of none of that stuff. I'm not. But I'm not going to say woulda, coulda, shoulda all the time. You know, it'll just take me down. I just got to roll with it and apologize to everybody. And like you said, you got to prove to everybody you're, back in the game again, but not that game, So, no, none of it is acceptable. I'm not proud of any of it, how I handled so much, all the lying and stuff you do when you're in the middle of that shit. But you know what? That was then. This is now. So that's what
I absolutely agree. I mean, and maybe I phrased what I said wrong. I mean, I don't regret anything I did, but I'm not proud of it, because those decisions led me to where I am today. I'm sure I've hurt a lot of people throughout that time, but it brought me to where I am now, and it's made me a stronger person. So thank you for clarifying, and I probably should have.
I wasn't trying to clarify. I was just trying to clarify what I was trying to say, and maybe I didn't.
Good stuff, buddy. Got about 10 minutes left, and I find it hard to believe that no one else can talk about climbing out of the bucket of crabs and into the bucket of puppies.
I'll say something. Okay. Well, I know for my situation, like every time I tried to give an attempt at recovery, I just never really, they always said like, I would change everything, and I was always like, I want to do it my way, and I hear like Sean always says that a lot, like, oh, I wanted to do it my way every time I wanted to do recovery, and I did. I changed a couple things, but I'm not changing my phone number, or I'm not changing like the people I talk to, I used to hang out with. I can't change that. And it came to a point where it's like I kept on getting the same results of going back out, and I'm like, man, why does this keep happening? And in my head, I knew the right answer. I knew it was like, oh, I'm going to have to not hang around these people. Everyone's telling me, don't hang around these people, stop talking to these people. And, you are who you surround yourself with, and that is the bottom line, the truth. You got to have people that want the best for you. I thought those people were my friends, I thought, I've known these people for a long time since I was in school, and they've always had my back. They weren't my, friends. If they were my friends, they would be here right now, supporting me on the journey I'm going on. These people still try to get in contact with me today, even though I changed my number, even though I don't have them on Facebook as my friend, they still message me. And, they know where I'm at if they ever want to get in contact with me. I'm in a safe place, I'm doing the right thing, and I'm not going to change that. I'm not going to change that for anybody. I don't know. I just think we all have the opportunity to live the best lives we can, and I know just changing that one aspect opened up a lot of doors for inviting new people into my life, like all of you guys. A lot of new people to want the best for all of us, each other, and. Yeah, like that's pretty much all. That's it. That's all I got.
Stuff.
Yeah.
I guess I just wanted to say that from what I've heard, a lot of you guys are the first crab out of the bucket, you're the first puppy out of the bucket, you're the first duck gone in the shooting gallery. And for me, it was the opposite. Everyone else moved on. All my friends went on to have normal lives, got married, had kids, and I'm the last crab in the bucket. I'm the last duck in the shooting gallery. And so I admire the hell out of you guys that have figured out how to be the first crab out of the bucket.
Nothing wrong with that, man. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah.
Double dip here real quick. I shared that. I like sharing this one story. I know some people that know me know the story, but there's a lot of new people in here, so I just thought I'd tell it again because it really. I look back at that and think how crazy that was. You know, and I talk about a lot of times how I really truthfully believe that. I had this spiritual sickness, that I attracted spiritually sick people, whether it was relationships before a marriage, just whoever it was, women, anything, friends. I always got the one that was really effed up. And they just thought they were best friends and all this shit. And so I remember when the last time before this time where I got sober, I tried getting sober and I wanted to do it my way. I thought, all right, well, I gotta leave this one state because I got a lot of shit going on. Can't go back over there for a while. So I run and then I think I'm gonna change my name. I'm gonna do all this shit, right? And I'm gonna get involved in church. I'm gonna get baptized and all that crap. Really did do this stuff, So 3 months I'm on this run of where I got this. All these Marys and blessings and everything, and I'm thinking I'm saved, man. I'm like, start going to church all the time, and I'm around all these good spiritual people, and you don't look at them like that, you don't know what they're doing besides that, right? So I remember the pastor's son, man, and I really believe they marked me. I really do to this day, man. So I'm like, so he's like, come over and it's, we're going to have this cookout, and I just got baptized like a month and a half ago, and everything was going good. Law didn't know where I was, nothing. And go to this cookout, man, and come to find out, the pastor had a meth lab in the back of and what do you think I started selling? Immediately, right? So, that's how we don't know, but if we're sick, I really believe this, if I'm really sick spiritually and I'm not getting a connection with I'm not talking God, so that's just me. If I don't have that, which is helping me change behaviors, then I'm not going to see nothing coming. Nothing. And I'm just going to attract other people that are sick. They may not be sick right there when I meet them, but you're about to find out. Stay tuned. It'll come. And that's how, so now I look back at my life and all that, and I'm aware of all that crap, that can happen at any time again and again and again and again. So I have to really, really just have that willingness, man, just to stay out of my lane and trust in others making decisions. And it sucks, man. I ain't gonna sit here and sugarcoat that shit. It sucks because I want to make my decisions and do what I want all day long, But I can't do that because it never worked. But it's working today, and it's a little better, a lot better. But anyways, that's my point. So if that helps anybody, man, just stay out of your lane, man. Thanks, Sean.
So what he was saying about like having a lot of friends like move on and live their lives and have like the ideal like American dream of like the husband, the house, or whatever. I have friends that did that, but I definitely make sure I don't compare myself to them. My real friendships, it was very confusing because we all grew up very similar, doing the same things, and it was kind of hard to understand how I was the one who ended up with this problem and they didn't. So my friendships with them are not the same because we would mutually do things together, but they turned out to be way more serious for me. But as much as like maybe they have like materialistic or whatever that, I don't have anymore, I have a ton of things spiritually that they wish they had from me, that they wish that they had, you know what I'm saying. So, but our relationships are better than ever, and we just don't compare. It's not what somebody else has, and they have this job and the house, and why don't I? We're the same age, like it makes no sense.
because I feel like some of those people, I would say I'm genuinely much happier than them. That's pretty much it.
Thanks, Deb. Thanks, Deb. 2 minutes left. Any final thoughts?
I was saying you're thinking about water seeks its own level, and how the better, well, for lack of a better word, I surround myself or attract what I am within me. You know, there's a lady that very successful here in Toledo with drug rehabilitation. She calls them bottom feeders instead of the crabs. She calls them bottom feeders. You know, I just need to continue working on me. You know, and just believe that I'm right where I'm supposed to be. You know, that God has me to be where my feet are planted. Right here, right now. I want to thank Zach, Vaughn, Tony is somewhere. Tony, I don't know where Levi went, for helping me move into my little tiny apartment. I've never been in an apartment so small, but you know, it's like God blessed me with a room. Now he says, well, you did good with that. We'll give you 2 rooms. So they helped me, and I really appreciate it. It's nice to see peers or people genuinely care about you and want the best for you. Whether they get it or whether they, how can I put it? Whether it's better or actually it's just stuff. But for people that really care deep down, what a good feeling. I never remember being so open to people before. And I just try and be the best me I can be along the way. You know, I make mistakes, but that's my growing pains. You know me, I'm not perfect. But I'm a lot better than the way I used to be. When people say, oh, Lena, you smell so good. I say, I showered today. I'm not on that 21-day run. So at any rate, that's all.
Excellent. Who's got the autobiography, 5 short chapters?
I walk down the street, there's a deep hole in the sidewalk. I fall in. I am lost. I am hopeless. It isn't my fault. It takes me forever to find a way out. I walk down the same street, there's a deep hole in the sidewalk. I pretend I don't see it. I fall in again. I can't believe I'm in the same place. But it isn't my fault. It takes a long time to get out. I walk down the same street, there's a deep hole in the sidewalk. I see it is there, I still fall in. It is a habit. My eyes are open, I know where I am, it is my fault. I get out immediately. I walk down the same street, there's a deep hole in the sidewalk, I walk around it, I walk down another street.
Thanks for coming, everyone. Please bring the books back.